Here comes a dumb question. I'm guessing you're going to do one hell of a debrief. We'll come back to
in
a second as we see St Edmunds kick off here. It's a midday. It's day 3, Confraternity 2022. And
good first-up contact
as per usual, these guys are running it out like it's the first day.
Yep.
You can't deny the enthusiasm of, especially playing here at BB Prince State. Columba Catholic College haven't been on this field yet. I don't think St Edmunds have either.
Yeah, that's good.
My memory's not so good.
Yeah,
so.
I'm not sure on that, but obviously you might be right. But, it's good for the country from Columba, from Charters Towers, and the Eddie's boys from Ipswich to get a live stream and commentated, and for all their families and relatives and friends and families back there, they'll enjoy this hopefully.
Well, that's my memory's not so good because it's probably about the 30th game of call, but I remember that a lot of the players and none of these make, and that really excites me to actually see 2 new colleges out here at Confro. So the 40-metre line is just there. This is on the back of a penalty, so we'll keep an eye on the penalty count here, see if there's anything untoward.
Yeah.
Thompson.
We all know there's no trends from a referee's point of view.
Well, as we see the
nice shape.
Lenoy's got some wheels, tackle around the ankles.
Tackle by the 17 there.
Westcott. Slow play the ball here. That was allowed St Edmunds to actually get off the line quite quickly then. The ball actually was on the ground. Now it's the last tackle here for
Short
Columba.
side.
Not a bad play. Kick in. Is it going to be retrieved? It's knocked dead in goal, and that might be a line drop out.
Reset here. Drop out.
And you talk about that building pressure. I mean, there's quite a few tries we've seen so far today have come on the back of errors. And 2 of them have come from line dropouts here, and the side's been punished.
Yep.
Let's see if that happens now here. And obviously, Columba have got the wind at their back, but only because it's the only time I actually think that the breeze actually favours the side with it at its back. I've seen here in Confraternity, because the line dropout only gets to that 30-metre mark.
Yeah, they get in good position early.
Yeah.
But as you can see right here, St Eddie's have done a cracking job. That's the energy you want on day 4, John. That's the energy. The 6 and the 17 need to be applauded wholeheartedly there. Actually, I was talking to the coaches this morning, went over early while they were warming up and just sort of asked for some AIC numbers to watch out.
Yeah.
And the 6 was definitely one of them. And he showed the energy there with the 17. So that's great there for young Ben Puller there for the 6 and the 17 there, Westcott. Good effort.
So instead of defending their line here now, St Edmunds have come out, but kick to that sideline. If the chase is good enough, that's another thing. I suppose you can have that line drop. It gives you time for your chasers to go through and try and put some pressure on the ball carrier. But Wilson.
Good first up contact here for Columba.
They're inside Columba territory now. St Edmunds, 0-all scoreboard, 25-minute halves, no stoppages.
Sadler dropped underneath there. Nice, get the square up in the middle of the field here.
It's a red wall.
There you go.
Lovely stuff in the back row. Are in pain.
Yeah, that was nice for the 7.
That's
the 7 there, Zane.
Zane Katz.
Katz, yes. He was another one that they mentioned.
So Katz now puts
great kick.
Dives on. That's a try, I think, you find from Connor Westcott.
Yep, there you go. Again, I'll go back to, the effort from the dropout, John. If those 2 young blokes don't put that effort in, that extra Thursday effort thereafter, that probably doesn't happen.
It's probably an 8-point turnaround.
Oh, it's massive.
Could be.
Yeah, exactly. And that's as coaches and coaching staff and players from all levels, if they can identify an effort, and that effort there is massive, the 6 and the 17 from the dropout, which leads us to this scenario now. They're in the field. A nice little grubber there by Katz. Again, 17. There he is, John. He scores it. He rewards himself from the defensive effort he put in. So now chasing a kick down, and as a coach, you're ticking him off a number of different times there.
You've got to hate the shape of a footy sometimes.
But the opposition do, John.
Exactly right. But the chase has to be there.
Well, yeah. Again, he has to. He's chased twice. So, no, that's awesome. That was a great result by St Edmunds.
Yeah, you talk about that effort there, and you probably talk about a defensive set on your own line after maybe 2 or 3 where they haven't been able to cross the line, and they just lifts everybody. Sometimes even with the players sent to the send bin for 10 minutes, lifts the side. It's just these little things that actually conjure up belief and that extra effort. And as you said, day 3 effort. Well,
I don't want to speak too early, but the way the Columban boys have walked back to halfway, I know it's only the first few minutes of the game. We'll see their return effort here.
Well, they'll be disappointed because, one, they got put in touch and then a try later on, so they just got to get their heads up.
Yep.
Long way to go.
Exactly.
Long way to go. They can come back. It's not just Padua who come back.
Well, that's true. I've heard that story before.
So, and it's early days, only 6-0. But they need some footy. They haven't had a lot for Columba.
Yeah, they just need a good, nice defensive set here. Again, the kicks, if they get to that, the kick's not going to be massive from Eddie's because of the wind. So they could get it definitely on an advantage, a green grass advantage here.
Maybe presence of mind also, they may run it on the last. But anyway, they're almost to the 40, still a couple of tackles to go here. This has been a good attack. Thinking about kicking early, has to take it.
Yes, he does. A bit like us the other day. Can't run around the players like you do in rugby union.
Now it's the last.
That
going,
is...
Ooh, it's fine.
Whoa! He's touched that.
He has.
His foot is on the line.
Well, he's going to say, I
don't think I did, sir, but I think you did. I think the replay will show that his left foot is on the sideline.
Doesn't get any better than that, does it? There it is.
Yeah, it's his. Oh, yeah, it's nearly both of them. Definitely one of them.
How good is that replay?
Great replay.
Here we go. It's now
Makes you look good.
Yeah, Sadler now with a carry. Chandler's a dummy half.
Good flat.
Chandler trying to go between the shoulders of two defenders here, but they come together and stop him. 5 out now. St Edmunds taking to the line here. It's quick Cuthbert Ho, and that's going to be an intercept.
How quick is he?
Knocked off balance. That's a centre 3-quarter and Brenton Miller.
All right, see what Columba do here with this advantage.
Well, like I said, you don't have to score off every set. As he gets up to play, there's Ben Simpson. Throw another forward as the back row, and then Tyler Thompson. And Tyler Thompson, that's a good carry from Tyler Thompson. Takes 3 defenders with him. The referee's got them back inside their own territory. Now the back row and Bryce Kingham. And Bryce Kingham, he went over
defense.
Halfway.
Yep, and then went back. Great defence there.
Kick over the top early in the
You got time.
count again.
Chase is okay. Yep, well done. Turning the Eddie boys around.
Nagani Oi.
The challenge for today, John, is that the boys have been, while they're playing 2 games a day in 20-minute halves, there's another 5 minutes up their sleeve. So that's that sort of, the durability and the thought processing. And sort of, remembering, I suppose, that we go for another 5, so you just keep building into your game, and you can be a little bit patient in these 2 days.
But these guys don't have a clock.
Well, yeah, they won't know, will they?
Yeah. So,
yeah, exactly.
Obviously, the playing staff know.
Yeah.
Obviously, the coaching staff, I should say, and they'll be able to put a message out there. But that's where your player management comes in to work your bench interchange with the clock. So here's Ben Simpson, and Simpson gets knocked off balance there by Benny Naish. Now the full-back, Lanoy. That's where these little players need to come into their own from dummy half. Now it's
that's great work by the Columban 4.
Yeah, Oi.
Coming in for a nice scoot.
A little bit of a bunch here, Columba. Now with Miller.
Yeah, the contacts. He's held it a little bit loose. Again, good contact there by the Eddie's boys.
Just trying too hard here, but just like I said, sometimes the word is lost a lot in rugby league is patience. Talk about skill or ball movement or getting to your feet, winning the ruck, but just patience at the end of the day can be very key because it's a full 15 minutes, as you said, Brian Pollock, that they could exploit. Look at that for a scrum. That's beautiful.
They listen, don't they, the young fellas? They sort of listen.
Look out. Yeah. Good defence, dived on. Play.
Yeah. Could have gone either way there, but again, the contest is there for him. A defensive contest there by the Columba boys.
It should have dried out. I was out there early this morning. There was a fair bit of dew, and obviously the mower had come out. But now with that breeze, it's probably can't really make the excuse of a wet ball or wet conditions, or sweat for that matter. I don't think it'd be too sweaty out there for the boys.
Well, it's a nice, comfortable day today. Not too much sun around.
Who you got up today?
Mate, we're the Rockhampton Grammar is our opponents this afternoon at 3:30, Field 3.
Okay.
So, they're obviously a very much prestigious school in the rugby league community in the Rockhampton area. They've been around the game a long time. So,
there's motivation in that, isn't there?
Of course.
Yeah,
without a doubt. It's like this week, we keep talking about this week. Everyone keeps talking about it. The challenge of it and the competitiveness against different schools, which is great.
Now, I'm seeing a similarity in this game between St. James's. There's a catch and pass.
That's nice. Catch pass.
Miller is going to be pulled down on the 10. Now it's the last, the men in red and white. They don't need a score from this. Obviously, it'd be ideal. They're going to put it for the hands with Santa Hero, but I don't think anybody knows about that. But try! I think that's a try. I think he's got some downward pressure there, Ben Naish. The referee's going to award the try. So Naish, with presence in mind, has come through and scored that try.
Yeah, again, go back to your kick is only as good as your chase, and they put a nice grubber in here. And the outside, the winger, the 19 for Eddie's is thinking. He's probably thinking about what he's going to do. Or should I? Or it's popped up. Pressure. And the 2 is there. A metre either way, he's not there. So, again, following the football.
It's only 6 inches of grass.
I know.
How good. That's what they needed.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the thing, fifth game. It's that... the sort of thought process, what are they thinking, concentration. I heard even Billy Slater talk about this in Origin the other day, the concentration that's needed at the highest level, and our young fellas are working towards that sort of concentration and trying to concentrate for little blocks maybe in 3 or 4 minutes and concentrate a bit more every time there's a stop-start or something. They've got to concentrate what's happening or what I'm going to do. So, yeah, it's a challenge. At any level.
Conversion successful try there for Ben Simpson, the number 2 for Columba College.
Let's go, Connor. Keep being tough, mate.
And
keep turning up.
Won't get any easier than that. Yeah. And conversion, wow, nice. 6-0. Beg your pardon.
Sorry,
6-all.
Yep. Well, it's technically nil.
Yeah, pretty much.
Run with that.
Pretty much. And restart here. It's going to be the prop forward coming through and Liam Young.
Good contact.
And no major injuries with your fellows, mate?
No major injuries. We've got one young fellow who's got an ankle problem. He might not play today.
Yep.
But that's about it. So we might recover him and get a hit out tomorrow in the last game.
All right, so Columba, I'll be full of confidence now.
Nice pass. Nice hold.
Oh, here he goes.
Oh, sir. I'm not going to say a word. Should have seen the crowd go up here, people. Well, oh, my God.
Judge is right on the money. And he was on his way.
If there is a replay of that, I'd love to see a replay of that.
There you go. You're going to get it.
Oh, thank you.
And...
I'm not going to criticise at all. Just the scrum is getting packed as we speak. I'd love to see sometimes that go because it's good football. Anyway, it's not up to judge that.
Well, the Bleds alone. Especially if it was black and white getting that pass. It was 5 points. But anyway, St. Edmunds. Cats. 25 out from the try line. St. Edmunds looking to try and get the lead back. And they throw the forward in Monkey. At the top there comes Matthew Hewlett. Hurt his ankle in that
he's
tackle.
Got an injury, yeah. Marker didn't work, yeah.
Jack Chandler, and Jack Chandler's...
well done.
Who's underneath that?
I think it's the fullback. Is it or the 7? The fullback, John. So the fullback.
Oh, good. That
well
is the
done.
fullback.
Yep. The young fellow, Marker, rolled his ankle, so he got up a bit slow. He was a bit slow there. The 15 identified it. And the 1 comes from, well done.
Brilliant stuff. Try save, game save too.
Without a doubt.
Puller. So if it's Ben Puller, I'd like to see what he can conjure up. And Jesus, tied forwards there.
He's reached out there. He's reached out and scored.
Well, it was like 10 pins of red going. He just smashed his way to the line there, Ethan Sadler.
Yeah, it looked like he had nice shape out the back. Nearly argue. Yeah, the 7's pushing up as well. You can see the 7 pushing up, which helps hold that outside defender with Columba there. The 9, and then uses his nice leg drive and goes underneath.
I guess Lanoy could do about that when you're trying to drop a try-hungry back rower. Go your hardest, but conversion is right. Attempt is right in front. See some changes.
Yeah, they changed. I was talking to the principal, Ray Chaligato, who's an old teacher and deputy principal at St. Patrick's. He's now the principal at Eddie's. He said he'll enjoy watching the 20 come on and do his 10-minute, 12-minute hit. The 21, young Bailey Ward. And he said the 10 will come on and do his job as well. Young Logan Costello. So they're on. We'll see how they go off this kickoff to introduce themselves to day 4 and game 5.
So I wasn't paying attention. I will assume the conversion is right, although we've seen 2 hit the crossbar today. So go with our scoreboard attendance. So here we go. 25-minute half, still 9 minutes to go in this one. For oranges. You still have oranges at drinks, mate? Not anymore.
It's called Orange Powerade now, mate.
I've got to catch up.
It's like, where's my Powerade?
There you go.
Seriously.
You don't get to make the smiley faces.
Here he is, the 21, Bailey. Good carry, nice quick play of the ball. Well, he was going to get it, but yeah, he still got it. Here's the 10.
Hold it. Play it low. Play it. Let it go.
Chandler dummy half. He must have another.
There's his second hit up. Well done.
Ward gets over halfway.
Yeah, well, they've gone nearly 50, 60 metres there off the kick.
Last tackle.
Yeah, see what the 7 does. That's a lovely kick. Hold up in the wind for him.
Chasers
Pressure here from the outside
through.
winger. Oh,
Now that's good vision there from Lanoy.
It was.
Because he knew as soon as he caught it, he had
was
to
just
step.
going to move. Yep. he had to just quietly. Oh, mistake it. At the dummy half, he didn't quite play the ball properly.
Oh, he'd be dirty with that, but that's presence of mind.
Yeah, that's a concentration. That's that concentration word.
2 steps he had to do. 1 catch, 2 survive.
Yes, exactly.
He did both, and unfortunately, he's might not survive the coach's wrath at half time for dropping that one up.
He did a great job to hit the fullback and just, I'm going, and then he just didn't quite play the ball cleanly.
Scrumpy got a back line out here to the right-hand side, St. Edmunds. Now with Cuthbert Ho. On the 30. Now Liam Wilson with the...
Yeah, here's another one. They said he's got a nice workload.
Oh, yeah, you said 11 with the pink head
the
gear.
11 pink head gear. They said he's easy identified. Pink head gear, he'll do his tackles and he'll run into holes.
Costello. Oh, it's going to be a penalty, I think. Because he called Heldon as a second effort.
Yeah, I think Columba just got to be a bit disciplined here. But there we go.
Goose steppy run, and that's going to be a try in the corner there, and St. Edmunds go over again. And again, it comes off the back of an error, Brian Point.
Yeah, those things we spoke about the other day, John.
Monday morning, you said exactly.
Yeah, if you make errors, especially in inside your own 30 metres, you've got to work your hardest to defend it. And it's probably schoolboy level. It's probably, it's not quite there. And I could imagine even at sort of Hastings Deering's 21 and Mel Meninga coaches all say the same thing. If we make an error, you've got to do your very best to defend it, just so you can get confidence back on your defence and then get the ball back and roll forward. So unfortunately there, Columba couldn't do that. But again, the setup by the 7 from St. Eddie's, young Zane, and then a nice straight running. It looked like, who was the one that scored it?
For mine, I think it was the back rower in Regan Payne.
Regan Payne, the 12, yeah.
And we'll have a look at the replay. I'm not really sure if they called the other one a forward. I'm going to be devil's advocate here and be a big poo-poo here for St. Edmunds, but I think it might have been forward. The conversion is waved away. It was a good offload and support play, so I'll let you make the call here, Brian.
Oh, I don't want to make it too much of a call, but Not going to say too much, John. Just the score is 16-6, and there's about 5 minutes left. That's all I'll say.
There you go. So Columba College is the one try so far to Benny Simpson. I'll kick off. The chase needs to be good.
Middle.
In that 20-metre line, they've done their job.
Yeah, that's that red line. That's
Good
right.
boy,
Yeah,
Connor.
denied by 2 metres. So St Edmunds. Well, the key for Columba here is not to let any more points
Correct.
in at half-time. Isaac McCarthy. Let's see, here he comes, Big Bailey.
Yes.
Away he goes.
As I said, I think that's their angle with the big Bailey. Like, that's great. He comes on and does his actions, and off the back of him doing that, they're down. They've made 80 metres.
Quick play the ball here. Zane Katz throws Logan Costello. Not out.
He's
Logan
going
Costello,
over.
someone stop him.
Yes.
No one's going to stop him.
Leg drive. Fresh. It's come on, him and Bailey Ward from the kickoff. They've just rolled through the middle. They played off that and kept travelling with his legs, kept driving with his legs. Defenders fell off. Nothing so simple here, just carrying into contact. Although, yeah, fairness, no one was on him.
Yep.
And that's fairness. He was aware of that. You know, they talk about awareness and concentration. He's like, well, no one's on me. I'm going to get up and go. And wait for the referee to say, hey, mate, go back or play on. So, again, it's that concentration level. So, fantastic start by St Edmunds here.
Last carry from Bailey Ward, the defender in line was Jasper Guy. We're a long way back here, but I could see the veins in his eyes back here. Jasper, oh my God, what is this?
Well, it's great that, you know, I mean, I think that's the thing with at confraternity, even from an AIC point of view, that, you know, we don't have, it's unlimited interchange. You know,
is it? Yeah.
So at AIC Rugby League, it's unlimited, and here's unlimited. So, you know, Bailey's going to come on and work his backside off for probably 12 minutes. You know, and go have a 5-minute break at half time, and then he'll do whatever the coaches wants him to do in the second half.
So your Columba Catholic College, you're about to kick off. You can see him down. He's down near he's down near Cairns.
Yeah, he's actually. If they talk about back fence, he's close to the back fence.
Well, they're going to go that way.
Yeah, you can't put an old head on young shoulders, John. But here he comes.
Yes, ball.
The crowd loving.
Yeah.
Everybody loves the big Bailey Ward. He's not the only one who's been a crowd favourite. We've seen a few front rows with every carry. The crowd have really appreciated the effort because it's not easy to charge
he's
into
a big
line.
man, and that's the thing. But he's actually working. Like, he's off the ball work. Look at him going, getting ready to look at his pointing. I'm going again. Come on, I'm coming. So that's amazing. Like, really like that. He's finding his energy and his own confidence. Oh, unfortunately, that one extra one is tired. But again, you applaud him for his effort.
Getting involved.
You know, and some, you know, hopefully they are working with the young Bailey, and I would like to see him sort of maybe carry a little bit and then pass as an added advantage to himself and develop a skill set that, you know, he can carry. Looks like he's coming, but he just nice offload to someone early. So he attracts that one or two, probably 2 or 3 players at first. The eyes are up, like you said. You can see the veins from here.
Yeah.
And he could tip onto someone, and then he could play off the back of that.
Short side, Benny.
Go. We see. It's been dynamic here. Oi.
Oh.
Flick pass. Lovely stuff. It gives it off to Lanoy. And Lanoy, the nimble-footed fullback.
Get grass.
Brown. Throws Jasper Guy at the line. Probably would have needed a forward, but anyway, it's with Brown again, putting it through the hands. Now it's with Zach Singh. Singh tries to get away from the defence, and Bailey Ward comes in there and muscles into the ground.
If they look right, there's sort of a bit of space out there, but they've done all the work over there, so they're a bit tired. Cut out ball, good defence by St Edmunds.
Yes, great game.
And turnover. Yep.
So what I was going to say about this is a similar game in St James and against Chisholm. So James has had the big forward pack,
and
whereas Chisholm, they kept the ball almost Broncos of the late 80s, just kept it alive, just wore down the big forward pack, and this is probably something that Columba have to do because, as you said, they've got Bailey Ward and company in that forward pack.
Yep.
And I'd like to see, you've got the nimble-footed Lanoy and also Miller and Oy.
Yep.
If they can use those wiry customers to get around this forward pack, I think it'll go a long way. Keep the ball alive, get the offloads, and win the wrestle. Because one thing I have noticed is that I don't know whether Columba's a union school, but they're certainly getting off the ruck way too quick.
Correct. No, I'm not sure on their. I believe they're a league school, from Charters Towers. And they actually hosted it in 2018. They great carnival up there in 2018. So from Columba, so that was really good. But I believe they're a league school. But yeah, you're right. You can see, Eddies have come from obviously St. Ipswich, and they've just come from a union season. But they do seem to be winning a few of those micro skills. The tackle, the hold them down. There's the halftime hooter. So 22-6 to St. Edmunds from the Brisbane AIC competition. And so that's halftime, John.
We'll take a break here, as will the players. We'll come back with the second half here. Stay tuned. 1 o'clock is the girls' grand final here. The very first girls' grand final in confraternity history. Hopefully you can stick around for that. And we've got St. Pat's this afternoon. We've got a plethora of rugby. Brian, we'll see you in the second half.
Very good. Glad to be here.
Since 1975, Scotties has been getting the footy player ready for the game. Today, Scotties is evolving.
It's a new era.
It's a takeover to athletes of all sports.
No matter what you play.
Basketball.
Rugby union.
Soccer.
Netball.
Rugby league.
AFL.
Cricket.
Touch football.
Strategies has you covered.
Gear developed by the player.
For the player.
What's up everyone, my name's Alex Glenn, former Brisbane Broncos captain. I played in the NRL for the last 13 years. Yep, so this is the HCG SECvCOL. Wait, I wish I had this earlier in my career because it would have prolonged my career, I reckon, for another couple more years. But I jumped on there, man, started doing it every single day, and I never felt any stronger.
I'm at the top of the pyramid, bitch, I'm a star serious. We gonna play serious, came with the gang, I'm married.
Families need to be engaged in their children's education because it is what makes a difference to their learning. 60 to 80% of the success a child has at school is what happens at home. Parent leaders in schools are crucial. This is something we can all do to improve learning because it's about every parent and every child.
Here on Dirumble country, in the wings of St. Joseph's Cathedral, our college stands as a place of teaching and learning. Deep learning, to grow our minds, hearts and souls, to listen to Christ calling us to the fullness of life, to write our own story. This is the Cathedral College.
We're back with the second half here, and I'm not sure what the chat at half time would be from the two coaches, but I think for Columbus they need to use their wiry men out wide, as I mentioned beforehand. get away from this forward pack. They've obviously changed that forward pack from the one that finished the first half back to probably, I'm not sure whether yourself, Brian Pollock, you start your starting pack. Oh, there's the relieving penalty. That's not the start for Columba. Do you start with generally with the same pack second half as you've done?
No, we try to rotate. So we're trying, especially like the last couple of days, if we'll go 20-minute halves. We might go 12 minutes for our one frontie and then get a second one on. And he plays 8 minutes and obviously has a 5-minute rest.
Yep.
And then he can play again, and then sort of that sort of rotation is just so they get it, that sort of rotation of stop, start, a little break, and get especially if you have sort of consistency, I suppose. You might have a couple of forwards that are very evenly matched.
Yep.
So you're getting the same energy. Like as you can see with St Edmunds, with their 10 and their 21 coming on, they evenly matched the 8 and the other young fellow that started. Oh, he's in trouble,
He's got a
unfortunately.
Straight away. So, yeah, it's interesting that how you manage, but and obviously with 25-minute halves, you obviously a different kettle of fish again.
Yeah, totally.
So the player will come straight to the sideline. He knows what he's
Hope
done.
he's okay.
Yep, he's got a fair idea. So that'll be a replacement now as you see Jake Richards coming on. So Columba need to defend. 22 points to 6. If St Edmunds would score again here, it would be the curtains. But we've seen comebacks before.
The 8 for Daniel, he's been really good.
Cat's allowed to run. He's going to get awfully close to the sideline. Double half now is Chandler. He wants a second
contact.
one. Gets
good
the offload.
offload.
Good catch in the end. He's going to get flat-footed.
Yeah, St Edmunds need to have a look at run a bit of a tight shape or go wide. They've got one overlap out here.
Full-back in.
Yeah, I think that's forward, sir. Yeah, sure is.
The same touchy you
adjudicated? He's good on both sides. Looking at it, John.
Go.
He knows on both sides. He's away from the grandstand at the moment, so I think there was a bit of a clap and applause out there.
Yeah.
Isn't it great to see a lot of parents here today, John? I've seen a couple of mums and dads down here doing some work on their laptops while they're watching a bit of footy.
Why not? Exactly.
You know, if they've travelled from afar and they're working online and with today's world, it's great that they can watch their young fellas play footy and do a bit of work at the same time.
And also, or vice versa at home. We should be working instead of watching the footy, but I'm not going to be judgmental in that regard. But this crowd is certainly...
That's what 2 screens are for, John.
Totally right, mate. If you've got 4, you can watch it.
Oh, there we go. There's our rugby union push.
Midday movie. Here we go. So this one they need to get away from that forward pack. So, and that forward pack led by Logan Costello and company. They're going to go back towards that way. It's with Richards. Needs a good quick play the ball here. Gets it. This crowd is certainly building. We're here on Monday night for the St. Pat's game. It was a big crowd. This might be nearly getting up there.
Yep. Okay. Well, again, it's how good is it with the girls playing grand final? First time, live streamed, main field, 1 o'clock. So it's amazing competition.
History making. A little bit of a miscommunication here. It's going to test Kemp. Takes it nicely. And the referee's going to order.
A bit of a late tackle there. Yeah, late-ish. That's good that they're consistent with it.
Well, I don't know. He's said it's a shoulder charge. So regardless of whether it was late, it's still a penalty. But
so you can't quite see it.
No, but the referee did.
Yep, that's right. He made the decision. That's good. Oh, well, let's see what can Columba do here, John. Set some sort of shape up that they've worked on at training over the last couple of weeks and see if their concentration levels are here at 22-6.
The key for me, Lanoy and Oy, they're out to the left-hand side, but they're going to probably straighten it up and get some width.
Yep, but Eddie's getting numbers into the tackle and slowing that down, so the defence line's set. Their markers are working.
Angus Ford. Dummy half now is Kingham. Here they go, the biggest hooker in the game, Jasper Guy.
Isn't he?
He's some big number 9. He's the one who actually tried to tackle Bailey Ward there.
Yeah.
He's obviously shaking the ghost of that one off. So here they go, the nimble-footed back line.
Oh,
they run into each
other. That's all right. That sort of worked.
Plays on, yeah. Whatever it takes, Santa Hero, and he's knocked it on.
Knock on. Both ways, I think. Yeah.
Should be 6 to go, or a scrum feed to Columbus and 6 to go. But that's the way the referee throws the arm
the hand up. There we go.
Oh, there you go. So, once again, I'm wrong.
I think there was I have to agree with the referee. I think there was a Columba hand first. He didn't quite get it, but that's okay. The referee again made the decision. That's that running to the same hole together. Come with me.
Like
a little bit of a knock on. Yeah, a little bit of a knock on there.
It's almost like myself and Big Scotty here trying to walk up the same tunnel here next to the comm box. No room for the two of us. Let's see if a defensive set here for
So I think you'd hope he as a coach right now, if you're Eddie's coach, you'd like to see him have the discipline, control and concentration to go about 3 or 4 and use the breeze into a corner. And if we watch the 7 and see how he orchestrates this, Eddie's boys know their jobs.
We're just 5 minutes into this second half and it's still a frantic rate. Kicking early, Ben Puller. He's by himself.
Good take. Good
straight.
Reasonable chase here by the St Edmunds. Good footwork. The 5 from Columba.
Hurd.
Great return. Very much now in a positive set here.
Well, he's by himself, wasn't he? He's
Yeah,
like the only guy.
Latrell Hurd. Yep, well done there.
By himself. So here they go with these nimble players. Ben Simpson.
Yeah, that's what they got. You're right. That's what they got to get the back of, John. A couple of quick play the balls. Even though the big bodies aren't out there for some Eddies, it's about getting that energy back, which gives you the team can play off the back of that.
And it's not always just the dart from dummy half. It's the fact that they get to their feet so quickly.
Correct. It's that quick play the ball.
It's a double whammy, if you will. Brown. Hurd again, and Hurd.
There's that Shepherd.
And that's another rule. Obviously, you've got to try and remember between union and league.
Correct.
You know
we had a bit of a tape review the other day, John, about that. I think we had 3, but that's fine. And sometimes, and respect for the boys, they know and they accept that those are the little errors that is going to maybe fall into their game occasionally. But we'll try and have some fun with that. But we did have a little chat about that, and they will know hopefully to execute that a bit better.
Is that conversation directed predominantly to the 6, 7 and 9?
No, we try. Okay. Everyone keeps learning. Like we sort of, because one of the biggest things there for us and probably for other schools is what the forwards does. What the forward does in that position. How he runs that shape. If he's running a line, what kind of line is he running to make it, one, look like the young fella at the back and maybe getting it on the outside shoulder, or vice versa. So the forwards need to know they've got a part in that if they're running those lines. Because I think if you look at that one there that happened, the forward may have not run the right line, and that's going to be the case. Great little chip here.
It's on the last, and not on the last, I should say. So tactics coming into this.
But Zane Katz there controlled that set there, John. He went to that edge, got him over to where he wanted, and a nice little chip into the corner.
So that's Zach Singh, who's been good as well. At the other end, in the first half, a couple of charging lines towards the crossbar, but this time he's trying to work it out from his own end. There's Angus Ford. Got a loose boot out there. Thompson to the 40. A little bit of a heap here. There's something going with Santo Hero going the blind, but instead...
Is that Hurd again? Latrell. Got great footwork. Oh, unlucky.
Play on.
Play with that.
Throws it over the top, but here he's with Oi. So now we've got an extra...
I'll be telling Young down the short side here. Yeah, here we go. Tip.
Oh! Did he have
well
a
read.
footy? He's going to be knocked on.
I think young Hurd was there, but then he was tired and he went back.
So another factor's come into this now, or I should say asset to Columbus. This Hurd has come on. So if he lines up with Lanoy, Simpson, Miller and Oi, the right winger Hurd has come into the centres and he's causing a little bit of havoc. So I think there might have been a bit of a shoulder collision here, so I think we might find another.
Small delay here, yeah. So they need to shut that down, and I think, young Hurd, he did a good hit up before and he offloaded, and I think he might have got a slight injury there. He might have hurt, got winded or something. And I think that short side was on, but he's unfortunately couldn't get there. But yeah, you're right. If we can get for Columba boys, if we can get the 1, the 5 and the 3 and 4 hard scoots and getting some fast feet through that middle, you might see a couple of bit of success here for them.
So no movement on the bench from Columba. I wonder if you can overuse your unlimited interchange and breaks up the continuity. You know, you say, okay, we'll put another fresh player on there, but hang on a second, we just got that combination going for the last 5 minutes. Do we really want to do that?
Well, we because of it's it's a different for us. It's about getting guys. Sometimes now for this carnival, occasionally we tried a couple of different positions. In game 3, we put our 9 at playing at left side. We put our 6 playing at hooker because they both can play that role. And and that's not about them being better or not being better. It's trying to understand, well, if you're a 6, if you class yourself as a 6, you not have to wear 6, but you might play that role, or you might have to go in because if injuries occur, you're going to need to be adaptable. And we've got 4 or 5 young fellas in our team that can be a little bit adaptable in our spine and play those sort of positions. So you're going to need to do that because we don't play a lot of rugby league first up. Nice here by the 7 Cats. He's put a. I think
he might have been knocked on 2 instances there, so that should be 7 tackle start on 20. And I guess you've got no shortages of prop forwards putting their hand up to wear number 6.
They try to work. No, it's good that you asked that question. Some of them, I think, need to understand what a 6 does, so that helps their roles out. But
when they you explain that to them, they go, "I don't want to do that. I'll stick to 8 and 10."
Yeah.
Sounds like too much hard work, and it is a lot of hard work because you've got to actually sum up the play.
The old analogy with the middle forwards, John, there's 4 words: run hard, tackle hard.
That's it.
And if they can do that, they're going to add value to their team, and that selfless act of running hard into contact that's coming their way and get teams on their team on the front foot in multiple ways. Great bounce.
Flick pass. That's a knock on. That'll actually be a scrum.
That's an advantage, to Columba.
That was funky stuff, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's what he's got to go to. I think for the next, what's he got left? So he's got about 12 minutes left. I think that's what that Columba's got to do. Go down here, even though they're down on the scoreboard. Go down having some fun and seeing what happens.
Play some razzle dazzle.
Yeah, and get some fun out of that. And so after the game, the boys can sit around and go, "Oh, just see me chip chase there, flick that. That you scored because of me."
Mm-hmm. But it's and please, anybody listening at home, don't take this as what should be done. But I can remember somebody recruiting front row forwards. He said, "I need 6. I need 2 to be on the bench, 2 to be playing, and 2 to be suspended."
Well, speaking of front rowers, our friend, St Edmunds friend, Bailey Ward, is walking down the sideline, John.
I could hear him. I didn't have to look. Crushing the grass.
Yeah.
Here we go now. Columba. The crowd will probably be...
Good inside ball. Here he is. Hurd. He has got great footwork. That's where they need to go. Use him in those spaces.
Step off left and the right. Defence is going to be too strong here.
Yeah.
And whether he's held up or short, he's short. The noisy dummy half. Whistling pass. Here they go. It's with Oi.
Well done.
There you go. Eventually they use the wide men. Ben Simpson scores his 2nd try.
Well done. Well done, Columba. Again, go back to the 5. Hurd getting through the middle there. Quick feet, dragging them all in. St. Eddie's boys a little bit defensively just jointed, pointing and just got caught. And that's what you want as a coach. You want to see that your shape, I suppose, in that space. Playing a bit square, drawn in, and then giving your winger the metre or 2 he needs to make himself look good.
So, it's easy for us up here to sort of see what's happening there, but that was where they had to go with those. You called it as well. Hurd, Oi, Miller, and then Simpson finishes off in the corner for the 2nd time. The first time his try was for Childress with the bounce, but that time was a well-structured play, and it was, as you said, sent up by Hurd. He stepped off the left and the right with both the same effectiveness. And that caused those players to come in and, good stuff there from... you won't see it there because he's already made that play, but they go back.
Columba in this, John. It's only 12 points here. That's 2 tries, 2 conversions. Plenty of time. And no big Bailey Ward's on for him, for Eddie's, but he's got to defend here.
So no more better opportunity now. We're day 3.
Yep.
We're 39 minutes into the game.
Game 5, you're looking for Herds, you're looking for our 1s, you're looking for our 7s.
And your 9 as well.
Yeah, the 9 to distribute.
Said a quick play the ball. So
and this could be, because Eddie's might not have league legs. I know we're a bit slow here on the play the ball. The kickoff. Where's those ball boys that said
We
they
had
had
7 here before.
7 of them.
There were 7 footies there, and they've all disappeared. And I reckon Crutch is
It's
stolen
not St
them.
Edmunds taking that ball somewhere, was it?
So, no. Well, there's 2 girls down here with 2 footies, so I don't know whether they realise we probably need that. But anyway,
we're away.
Final 10 minutes
Here we go. This is an important set for Columba. They need to get a good set here.
So Singh with the first carry. Singh had the arm
Carry
out,
it
didn't
tight,
like that.
Champ. Coach Killers.
Yeah, I saw that arm out, and I thought Jack Cairns was going to dislodge that footy, but anyway, hangs on to it. Now with Jake Richards. So he in turn looking for a quick play of the ball. They would love a relieving penalty, but first of all, they just got to work it out. They can't control that. It's with Young. Gets across the 30. They've got numbers to the blind side. They go that way, and that's where their strength is for mine. Oh, good tackle there. I think that might have been Mumpy. Now they're going to shed it wide. Holds it up in front. The defence, that's good work there from the back row, and Payne. He saw that he made the tackle.
Here we go.
Kick needs to bounce.
Good effort by the 13 from St Edmunds there. Young Sadler. Well done there. He read that. That's that effort area. 5th tackle.
Biddle. Get up. So not thinking too much. He's fallen into that.
Yeah.
Is it a penalty for the marker?
I'm not sure. I think it was.
And
I think
is
there
it
was
because the marker came in late?
Yes.
To make
I think
the
it
second
was
one?
the second latest.
I saw that and thought, I don't think you can do that. And obviously you can't. So that's going to make pay for St Edmunds to have another throw at the line. Crowd really starting to build.
Here he comes. Big Bailey. Great carry. Good coverage by the Columban boys there.
That's good defence from Columbus, because they only had to
get off the line. They just need to get off the line and shut these guys down.
They only had to use
Keep
3
working.
players.
They've reset here for Bailey.
Oh, it goes himself and scores, and you're right. They're probably looking at Bailey Ward.
Yeah, and the young fella from dummy half just sort of had the ball out in front, thinking, and the 7 from Eddie Zane's called it, and the 14's like, no, we're coming back in here. Took the attention away from himself, and then he showed and goed and went 20 metres beside the post.
All right, so we've had 22-6 was the half-time score. Tries to Sadler, Westcott, Payne, Costello, and now Allwood. It's the 2 tries so far for Columba. Both of them scored by Ben Simpson in the 17th and 38th minute. So conversion attempt.
I was talking to the St Edmunds coaches this morning, as I said earlier. There's 11 grade 11s from St Edmunds.
Oh, really?
So that
look out next year.
Yeah. I said that's well, St Eddies have done a really good job in their union program the last year or two. They've had a strong, I suppose, cohorts come through in the year 12s and the 11s. So they actually were runner up in the AIC rugby union competition to St Lawrence's and rugby union. So yeah, they've got a good couple of cohorts. So it was really good to see them do well in both union, and good to see them doing well here with. And then returning, hopefully all those 11 stay fit and healthy next year and get their second chance to come to confraternity and be in Brisbane in their hometown. Good kick-off here, short kick-off by Columba. Obviously, Eddies have done the right thing there and regained possession, and 5 comes in for a nice scoot, get back to close to the middle of the field, get some momentum, kick down to the corner and get that job done, reset.
They haven't given up here. St Edmunds to get some more points on the board.
He's tried to offload that. Wasn't the thing that should have been going on. But anyway, Plumbers have got a chance now. See how much energy they have with 6 minutes to go. Game 5.
Forward. That's over the 40. Well, that's been knocked back, says the referee. So play on. There's Santo Hero will stand in that tackle on the 30. Not much of a back line here, so there's going to do some one-out
It looks
stuff.
like there's going to be scoots all day here.
Yep. Good defence there, the 213 Sadler. Blindside, and that's Sadler. Thompson now.
Good effort there.
15 out now. It's the last. Did they run? Oh, he's had a bit of look. That'll be a changeover.
That's the changeover. Yeah, you can spray again. You can see the toll wearing on. St Edmunds have got the energy. They're up. Their body shape, their sort of body language is positive. And Columbus trying hard, and they're getting a bit tired, emotionally driven now with only game 5, and this was to go into their final tomorrow for Division 2. So see how they finish off here.
It's a good carry there from the 10 and Logan Costello. 26-10. So it's maybe game over, but there's still, both sides would like to put one more on the board before the whistle blows. Here he goes, Bailey Ward.
Good tackle. Quick play the ball, Bailey. Well done.
Getting him around the ankles.
Good speed.
Just waiting at the moment. They're fatigued,
That's 5.
aren't they?
Yeah, they are. Yep. As I said, St Edmunds are on the front foot here. They'll either kick here and nice little grubber in. Well done by the winger. Read that. Good
Simpson.
speed.
He's got 2 tries. Getting close to the 40. Penalty. So he's
relieving penalty, yep. We've got 3.5 minutes left here. Let's go, Columba. Try and get something on the board. Finish to the game 5 with some success. Here we go, the big young number 4 running hard and straight.
Columba, where's the nimble men?
Yeah, where's our mate Hurd?
Hurdy.
There he is. He's coming out here. He's coming out wide now. Obviously got the cue to get out here. Might have went a bit early for my liking, but anyway.
Deep back line now they have is with Lanoy. There's Hurd.
Yep.
But,
well read by Zane Katz.
He's been good, Zane Katz.
Yeah, he was really good in rugby union season as well.
Okay.
Oh, unlucky.
Goes in touch, and that'll be changeover. Was it the last? It was a changeover regardless.
Yeah, Zane Katz was really good in their rugby union season. I was an observer for a few games, and he showed good control in a lot of the games that St Edmunds won. They're actually missing 2. St Edmunds are young, not missing. I shouldn't say missing. They got 2 young fellows got selected in the Reds Academy to play to represent obviously the Reds in the under-18 academy to contest against Rebels and New South Wales Academy. So they're not here at the moment because they're obviously back in Brisbane. So they're going to add value to this St Edmunds school for rugby league season AOC. So it'll be very much a good competition in AOC competition in Term 3.
All right, and the old cliche, give somebody else an opportunity.
Correct.
Liam Young.
And looks like they've taken it too, so it's great.
Red and white, back row, that's Tyler Thompson, and Tyler Thompson is going to stand on the chalk. He'll play it. They've got numbers to the left, 1-on-1 though, evenly matched. Bullet pass, stands up. Reaches out. Oh, he's only 2'2", but
he deserves
tall
that.
enough. Santa Hero. Hang on.
Oh,
Glass
that looked like he
got
there's some paint there, surely.
Just a little bit. That's great defence.
Great defence, St Edmunds. Great defence.
So they survive.
He's not happy. Not happy. But that's how much it means to them. You know, they're trying to get a try. It means a lot. Oh, geez, he was unlucky here, the 7. Surely. We couldn't see. We're not going to criticise.
Ref was right
he
there.
Was there.
Yeah, but I
there
thought
was no paint touching the white line or the white ball. There's no try.
Saw an arm come around there late, but anyway, score remains 26 points to 10, and well done to St Edmunds.
Yeah, exactly. They've got to defend it, and they did. So.
Carrying him back. There's nothing wrong with this. There's 3 men in the tackle, and there's just arms and legs everywhere.
Yep.
Closing.
Not long to go now, time-wise. St Edmunds just got to carry. Not sure we'll have time for this scrum to be set here. 26 points to 10. Yeah, that was good contact. The 8's been strong from Eddie's all day, and obviously got good contact and got underneath him, and obviously 2 men on 1 young man can gain ascendancy there and dominate that tackle. But applaud the 8 from St Edmunds, how hard he's been running all day.
Nothing better than seeing two aces come together.
Correct.
Liam Young.
Not long to go. I think the hurdle goes in probably the next 5 to 10 seconds, possibly, John. So it's been a cracking game. St Edmunds are the better team. Have showed some great skills and control and concentration. And they've done a really good job, and they deserve to walk into a Div 2 final tomorrow.
26 points to 10, St Edmunds College over Columbus College from Charters Tower. So great to see sides coming from all over Queensland. Great spirit in this game. Some entertaining rugby league. At the end of the day, St Edmunds too good. So Brian Pollock, I'll let you go here. Good luck this afternoon, mate. Hopefully we'll see you again either today or tomorrow.
Yeah.
And we look forward to your company soon. Thanks for your time.
Thank you very much. Awesome. Have
Girls
a good day.
Grand Final coming up at 1 p.m. here. Stay tuned. This is history-making stuff. Confraternity for the very first time. The Girls Grand Final coming to you live here from BB Prince Stadium.